everyone, Michelle here. Thank you for joining me today on my channel. I am working on a layout for the October limited edition kit from my Creative Scrapbook. Now there are photoplay paper as well as Simple Stories Autumn Breeze. And so I went ahead and cut out some pie shapes. Now I used a pear tree cut file to do this. I think it's just called pie pieces. So I cut those out and I'm gonna make a pie looking piece. Maybe that will move over there. And I was thinking about doing it on the back or on this photoplay paper. My pictures are these two great pictures from my friend Misty. Now, I don't know if I'm going to use both of them yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Or maybe I can turn both of them into square. I always have a hard time using different using a landscape and a portrait picture together. I see other people do it really easily, but I struggle. So we'll see what I do there. And I am going to use the cut file, though I cut it out myself a little bit larger on the polka dot paper that comes in the kit, and then the leaf paper is backing it. And so I'm not sure yet. I might cut it again in like a white or a cream, just to have like a shadow behind it, because it is kind of dark against the dark pieces here. But you know, it's fall, y'all, right? So darker is okay. I just need to embrace it. So I will probably take my pie pieces and put them, adhere them to a scrap round piece just so I can move it easily. But yeah, that is my plan. So let's see how we make this work. So the first thing I'm going to do is just rough up the edges of my pie pieces. And so I show you on a couple of these, but it is a bit repetitive. So I will uh, edit a few of these out. I will also be inking them with, I believe I used worn lipstick on those. And so here I am adhering it to my pie piece. Now I use pink a bit with the mixed media just because I really want to tie in some of the pink flowers that come in the kit. And, you know, they're fine without adding pink, but I saw it as an opportunity, so I took it. So I am using the saltwater taffy worn lipstick and then dried marigold just around the exterior of where my pie is going to go. And I am just kind of blending them. It's just going to be kind of a pinkish, orangish shadow behind my pie pieces. I'm also going to add just a little bit of water, and then with this brick um, stencil, I'm just going to form kind of a different look around some of it. So instead of it just being a kind of a smooched edge, it is going to have some brick. Now this is the side I end up using for my title, and as you can see, I did back it with white so it stands out just a little bit more. I have this kind of fall floral, has kind of a sunflower focus in my stash, and so I am just stamping it here and there around the exterior using a brown stamp pad from Close to My Heart. And I am also going to add just a little bit of modeling paste, and I'm taking it through this stencil. It's one of my favorites because it just has a wide variety of images. And so I'm taking it through some of the words, phrases in this stencil, just in a few different areas. It doesn't end up showing here at the bottom right because, of course, I cover it with my title. I was hoping little bits and pieces might poke out, uh, but it does show up in the upper right, um, just a little bit up in that upper left because I'm going to be doing a embellishment cluster there. And then I just do some of the uh, splatter looking edges over there to the left. And so yeah, so that is most of the mixed media process. I did sew with a zigzag stitch down the seams of my pie pieces. And so I'm just tying off and adhering down, taping down the loose threads, figuring out which way I wanted to go. I really like that pumpkin. So I have that up at the top right. And of course, I cover it with the pictures. I wasn't really thinking about the pictures. But that's okay. I'm putting it up on some fun foam. And yeah, so far we're moving right along. I do off center my pumpkin up to the top left there just to give my title a little bit more space. And here you can see I am going ahead and adhering it to the white. I had not done that step yet. I use um, my sweet petunia glue gun, usually when I am doing a cut file or any liquid adhesive. I really think it works well and it feels good with the grip on my hands. I have cut out a bit of a background stamp. It has that same, it's not quite a pie piece, it's more like a floral or a honeycomb. Kind of reminds me of honeycomb cereal. But it has the same sort of look, and I wanted to add a little bit more white. I also back my photos with white, and then the photo of Misty, I want to bring out a little bit, so I back it with the brown and white polka dot, and then add a tag behind it. So I cut out one of the laser cuts, or I cut that in half and put on either side. That's where the little branches are coming from. And I have added quite a bit of um, my embellishments at this point. You can see that pink flower. That's what I was using some of the pink for. I do use this kind of orange one as well. Up at the top, um, I have those laid out. I don't think I've adhered them yet, and so I'll talk through them as I adhere them. I add this leaf and these two little flowers. The two flowers end up staying. The leaf is there like all the way through this video, but it bothers me. And so I end up removing it before I take my final pictures. I think it just feels, I was trying to balance the red leaves that are at the bottom left. So I thought, oh, I'll add just a little bit more red, but it's a little distracting. And so I end up removing it completely. So I am adhering my flower, and I use collage medium to do that. I hold it down quite a bit. I go ahead and add this flower, or I'm sorry, this leaf, and I have curled the stem around a pen, so it's kind of a curly Q. And I also add one of the picks from the laser cut elements. So I have a little bit of a longer element in there as well. Going to add this little flower. And and then I'm also going to add a few little hearts. And so I think I am close to moving on. I do come back and add a few things to this cluster. You'll see towards the end, but I think right now I think I'm done. I wanted to add a little word, phrase, or two, and so I decided to go with this crisp days. I am going to put it up on the leaf, and you'll see in the final pictures, I end up moving it down below because that leaf will go away. I also want to add this welcome fall, and so I will end up doing that up above. So I'm ready to start adhering up above, and so you'll see now I'm going to add a leaf. I am going to cut off the parts that overhang, and I used some foam tape just up at the top edge so it gives it a little bit of a shadow effect. I add that ticket. I'm going to add this sunflower. I'm going to add this long sprig on top of that. And then that is what I'm going to build my two flowers on top of. I have this other piece from the 49 and Market laser elements that I layer below the flower. I'm going to hold that down, get it to really stick, and then I'm going to add the pink flower. And then I think I just add, wait, why is that one taking a while? Let me think. I think yeah, I lift that up on a piece of foam tape, just so it's a little bit higher than the white one. And then I am going to add um, that welcome fall, and I do end up adding a heart there as well. Okay, and so I'm getting pretty close to how this is going to end up. I did, before I layered pieces on here, I did splatter my page with white. And I am just taking a look at a few last elements. Add a few flowers, um, or I think about it, but I don't think I do. So, oh yeah. So this is one of the last pieces I add is this cute little fox. I hadn't really looked too much at the sticker sheet until I remembered when I did, I wanted to use a little critter. Misty is definitely a critter gal. And then I add from my own stash these pink jewels. And um, so we're getting close to the end. Be sure to check out the close-ups for those little minor changes that I did, but I really enjoyed making this layout, really enjoyed using the October limited edition kit. So check it out. The link is in the description. Hit like or subscribe, and here are some close-ups. Thank you, everyone.